Hello, I'm so excited to talk to y'all. I am a huge fan of y'all's, as you know, and I always love chatting with you. How was it watching the finale last night?
It was great.
It was incredible.
Selfishly, I wanted to host the finale, because I wanted all my friends and family with me. I wanted to make it an event. It was so great to see like my mom hug Derek and Claire, my family interact with all the teams. It was so great. A part of me, I was like, people are gonna be disappointed. Everybody thinks we won because we're hosting this thing.
Yeah.
And people, but overall, nobody was disappointed in us. Everybody was so supportive.
Yes.
After our third place finish. And it was great to watch it with everybody.
It was incredible. It was the perfect way to end the race together with the cast.
Yeah. Did you keep it? I mean, I'm assuming you kept it a secret. How hard was keeping all of this a secret going into the finale?
It was hard, but it was so much fun.
It was fun.
Just like knowing you're knowing. It's like kind of like how God sees us, he knows everything. He knows the future, the past, and we're here. We know everything too. And they're like, oh my God, they're nervous and stuff. We're like, we're fine, don't worry. It was great.
His mom cried, I think, every episode, and we're like, stop crying, we're here, we're alive, don't worry.
Yeah, my mom stresses out, but it was fun keeping it secret. That's honest.
So good. I mean, I have loved watching y'all just because of your positive energy and just how much you can tell that you love doing it. Out of all the teams, it looked like y'all had the most fun. What was your favorite country that you went to now that the race is over, or favorite challenge that you did on the race?
Country, Iceland.
I would say Petra and Iceland.
Yeah, Jordan was
definitely
so cool.
Want to go back to both
Jordan
of those.
Was so cool. And my favorite task was rugby, man. I had so much fun on that field. Dude, that was great. Just tackling those dummies. It was, that's my favorite task.
I liked any heights challenge.
You like heights?
Yes. And I mean, even the bridge one, which was difficult watching it back yesterday, being in Nashville and climbing a bridge, it is so cool. And I'm so thankful for Amazing Race because we get to do so many things that you probably can't do on your own.
Since you're super fans of the show, did it live up to your expectations being on it?
That and more.
It passed it.
Past our expectations, man. Just it was so great being part of the history, being part of there's only like 300 US teams that's ever been in an Amazing Race or something like that. Just being part of that. And also behind the scenes, man, all the production is so caring, so loving. Shout out to them. They're amazing. I didn't think it was such a well-oiled machine as it was, man. It was great. I'm just blessed to be a part of it.
What is next for y'all now that the show is finally wrapped? Like, what's the next phase of your life look like?
I mean, I don't know what to do anymore because this whole entire year has been based off of the race. And again, there was an incredible journey from the training to being on the show to leading up to the show. And I think I'm gonna miss it so much. But I guess this year we have the trips, which is incredible. And we could continue that way. And obviously we want to start a family as well. We don't know what order that's happening in, but
so that's
coming.
Our expectation next year. Trips. We have these trips. I think we have to use it within the year. I think something like that. I don't know. So we have to do it next year. And start a family. Be a mommy and daddy.
You'll be the best parents ever.
Thanks.
I guess watching the finale, I mean, it looked like it was neck and neck the entire time. Was there a moment, and I know y'all struggled with the piano just because you don't know music. I don't either. I would have been like, I've never played an instrument in my life. Was there a moment where you're like, oh dang it, like this just isn't going our way? Because I don't know how far behind y'all were from any of the other teams getting to the finish line.
It was, I think it
40
was,
minutes behind Derek Leclerc.
well, that's
Which
for
for first place.
first place.
But we got there, we were all neck and neck.
It
in the
was
last
neck
pass.
and neck the whole entire time.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's frustrating to say we could have been in the front the whole time.
Yeah.
And it was the last task that took us out.
Yeah.
Dude, Will, we didn't even realize the black keys until halfway into it. You know, Derek and Claire, we weren't when Derek and Claire ran out of there, we weren't close, man. We weren't close. You know, it was a tough task. It was, you had to. It's like a choreography and a dance back and
coordination,
coordination, timer, 11 seconds to do
memory,
yes,
all of it.
that. It was,
and I was excited that it was a memory challenge because I took so many notes that I knew every single street, what everything was called, what everything looked like. I made a exam for myself before the finale so that I could answer every question and make sure that I was right. So I was excited until the keyboard came.
Dude, we did, man. It was a tough task for us. It wasn't our day. We had a lot of hiccups that day. It was, it's still, I was sad, man. Like when Derek and Claire ran out of there, I had like 15 seconds of just staring and just quiet, not even, and it was just sadness overcame me because we lost. We lost. She was like, "Come on, Lewis, let's go. We gotta finish it." I'm like, "All right," she got me back into it. But dude, what else, Will? Like, man, that was such a tough task, man. And we have no instrumental knowledge, dude. Like, I was holding an electric guitar and I was asking myself, is this acoustic or electric? I have no idea. And there you have Derek, talking about notes and stuff. GHI, I don't know. And
he was saying all the notes and I was like, what? And then I was watching a Instagram story from Kim and Penn, like, he was like, yeah, I actually know how to play the song on piano. And I'm like, I just like,
what?
This is like not a skill that's in my wheelhouse. So the task just looks so hard, mainly because there were so many photos too. That was a lot of images to try and remember and also put in order. It looked so hard.
And in other amazing race finales or tasks, there's one person who could probably take over it. Like, let's say last season, Kim took over all the images and she didn't need his help. This, you had to do it together. You had memory, coordination, going back and forth. It was a hard one. And it was that neck to neck because Emily and Molly got there and we're all fighting for that first place. Nobody was taking the lead the whole entire time. We were definitely not.
You know what we're hoping for, Will? We're hoping for the last task to be a memory roadblock. That's why I wanted her to go last, because I was thinking they haven't done this in a few seasons. A one-person memory task for the final leg. Maybe that's gonna be it. Saved her for that. It wasn't that, but hey, we ran every leg.
That is a huge accomplishment just to make it to the finish line. Not very many people can actually say that they made it to Phil.
And to run up to Phil, that we had a picture of Phil on our wall back there, of the finish line.
And dream border.
Area. And the moment we ran through that auditorium, it didn't matter that we won third place. It was like, wow, we're on the Amazing Race and we made it all the way through. Lewis actually ran around the whole auditorium like screaming. It didn't show.
He's like, she far around the mountain like a whole lap of the auditorium.
It was funny.
But that's just like a huge indication of just how much you both care and are having just a great time. I mean, you're so passionate about the experience, and that's what people love watching is just genuine people who are loving what they're doing. And I mean, I loved watching y'all so much. I hope that you get a second chance, because now, having done it, I think that you will be a force to reckon with for an all-star season or a season where you are able to come back, just because y'all found your footing after those first legs on the race, and y'all really stayed at the head of the pack. So people better watch out if Lewis and Michelle get back on the race.
I'm just glad I don't have to race against you guys. You guys already won. Good.
I feel like I really hope they call us back for the race. That would be insane. Not only to run the race once, but twice. And I think we would have a little lead on people from past seasons because of navigation as well,
Mhm.
as we
We have a lot of
practice it so
experience
much.
that's self-navigating, but we don't have experience with airport, booking.
Yeah.
I do.
mean, well, you do, but not race-wise. But
Do. I was kind of hoping that there would be airport things because I know people start to weaken and go down when they're exhausted.
Mhm.
And Lewis being a firefighter, he doesn't get good sleep.
Yeah.
Me touring and like not getting sleep and having to perform, like I was really hoping for a little bit of that because I think we would have strived.
Yeah, that was the hardest part for us was the sleep deprivation because
Mhm.
I have never like not slept or been in a situation where I don't have to, have a bed or anything. That was the hardest part for
Yeah.
us. Um, I don't know. Is there anything that you're taking away from this experience that you've learned about each other or about yourself? Um, Positive, negative, or something just that you've learned throughout this experience?
We know each other pretty well, being together for so long, but I still learned how beautiful my wife is under pressure, how great she is, how kind-hearted she is, and I just loved doing something with her in this competitive nature, and it was such a blessing.
Yeah, I didn't know, and I said this yesterday on the episode too, that I could love him so much more. And it just goes to prove like all these little experiences, how much you could grow with one another.
Yeah.
And looking back on it and watching us on TV, like I'm so proud of like how we carried ourselves and our relationship because under pressure, you can get irritated or mad, but it just made me love him even more for being that way.
Love ya.
I love it. Well, thank y'all so much. I'm a huge fan of y'all, and I hope I get to
Thank
see
you.
you in person. I'm
We
so
missed
sad
you
that
Yeah.
I
last
wasn't in
night. It was
Miami.
fun.
I know, I know. But thank y'all for chatting with me, and we'll see you soon. And congratulations.
Thank
You should be
you.
so proud of yourselves.
Thank you.
Y'all killed it.
Thanks, Will.